Hi, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, plant-based Ben. What's up, Florida man? What's up, Florida man, Florida bound? Hi, everyone. I'm just cleaning my glasses off so that I can read the messages or the comments. They're not messages. Happy full moon. Hello from Mexico. Hi, Austria. Hello, you guys. Feels good to connect and to be here. Hi, David. Hi, Charles. I feel so sad. I don't know why. Sometimes we don't need to know why. We always want to ask the question, why? Why am I doing this? Why am I feeling this? Why am I going through this? And usually you don't know the why until you're no longer asking the question, why? You know? When you want to think about something for a second, when you're asking the question, why, it's because we are programmed to be in a controlled state, which means that we always want to know how things are going to unfold, why things are happening the way they're happening. One of the things that we're being asked to do right now in our internal world and our external world is to let go more, to let go of trying to be in control. Because that controlled state is more of that ego. Nothing wrong with the ego, but the ego needs to feel safe in the world, and the ego needs to know that it's safe. Totally okay. We need to feel safe. We need to have the ego. But many times when an aspect of us called the higher self, which is an aspect of us that's designed to move us into higher states of being, when that higher self comes online more and tries to and wants to guide you, and is guiding you into new versions of yourself, right? It's going to try to deprogram you and move you out of programmed ways of being and trauma. And when it does that, you have to let go of control. So many of the things that you experience right now, you're going to try to control, or you're going to ask why. That question of why is you trying to be in control. And you have to recognize that the moment you ask the question why is the moment that you are distrusting your higher self. If you knew that there was a version of you that was always guiding you and always leading you, would you ask the question why? Think about that for a moment. If you knew that there was an aspect of you beyond what you can understand that was always leading you, okay, even if you are feeling uncomfortable, even if you're in pain, even if you're confused or depressed, isolated, lonely, whatever it is, if you knew there was a version of you that was leading you, would you ask the question why? Would you try to control what you are in? If you knew this version of you is designed to lead you, and you don't know how, what, why, when, where, would you let go more? It's just a question, but it's something to start thinking about. The more that we are being asked to let go, the more we're going to want to control, the more we're going to want to hold on, the more we're going to want to make sense of what's occurring. You are being pulled out of a deep programmed state, which is, I am the trauma, I am the emotions, I am the thoughts, I am the behavior, I am all of this. And if I am all of this, I need to control it and I need to change it. Change comes when you let go of trying to do anything with it except experience it. And through the experience of it, you get to choose. It's a state of surrender, right? You surrender more. The analogy of a child in the back seat continually asking, are we there yet? Exactly. It's a great analogy. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And the adult is the higher self driving the car, saying, can you shut up? Let me show you, let me show you, let me show you. Right? Let me show you. There's so much that we're experiencing right now that is deprogramming us. Right? Hi, Brandy. I love you. It's deprogramming. You know? Hi, Wes. We're being pulled out of all these old ways of being. I did this video, I didn't post it, but I did this video the other day, this reel. This analogy came in, I want to share it with you guys. So imagine you're laying in bed and you're strapped to the bed, okay? You can't leave the bed. And there's a big, huge movie screen on the wall in front of you. And you can't look away. Even if you look away, you can still hear. All right? So you're basically being tortured. And what's on the screen is you. Right? And all of the ways that you are living life. All of the programmed ways, all of the patterns, all the behaviors, all the thoughts, the emotions, right? And as you're watching, you're just like, I'm either going to go crazy watching myself, or I'm going to start to learn how to have compassion and empathy for what I'm going through. And that version of you that's laying on the bed is the observer. And it's an aspect of you that's designed to allow you to start to choose how you want to be in this life. Right? So you're watching this movie, right? You're in an awakened state. You're watching this movie, which is you, and you're in like you're like wanting to pull your hair out because you're like, how could I be doing this again? How can I be feeling these things again? How am I finding myself in this again? Why is this happening to me, right? When you start to do it though from the observer perspective, you start to tap into this heart space. You start to tap into more love and compassion for yourself. Right? Because you're watching yourself. You are not it. As soon as you watch yourself as a movie, you detach from being any of it. As soon as you detach from being any of it, you can then choose how you want to be. But if you're attaching to it, right? If you're like, fuck, I am so angry. Fuck, I'm so depressed. I'm so this. I'm stuck. I'm lonely. I am ... I can't believe that I am like doing this again and again. You're attaching to it. So you're jumping into the movie screen. As soon as you jump into the movie screen as it, you no longer have the ability to choose because you're identifying as it. And you're beating yourself up and you're judging yourself. It doesn't mean that you don't have emotions around what you feel everything. You're laying on the bed. You're strapped to the bed. You can't stop. You can't not see yourself, okay? But you don't want to beat yourself up. So now you're just watching yourself in awe, like, holy shit, I am doing this again? Legit, I'm literally doing this old pattern again? Wowzers. It's a different perspective. You're moving beyond and behind the ego. Okay, the ego is great. We love the ego because the ego keeps us safe. But the ego is going to keep you in the programmed state that you are these things. Right? That you are at all of it. And if you attach to being it, then you have to fix it. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to fix. All there is to do is to have compassion and empathy for what you are experiencing as the human, to be in awe of it, to watch it like a movie. And when you start doing that, you realize how difficult it can be to actually step out of programs. How difficult it can be to step out of programming, of trauma, of old patterns. You don't bullshit yourself. You don't pretend. You don't ignore. You don't bypass. You know, you really look at the intensity of this human journey. You know, I've never read A Course in Miracles. No. You know, I'm telling you, and then what happens after you become the observer is the observer just becomes the way you view everything. So you're no longer trying to be the observer. It's extremely important because that's where you become empowered and where you choose. And then you choose again, and then you choose again, and then you realize how crazy this human journey is because you're constantly choosing, but then you're constantly being pulled back to old patterns. And the key is to not beat yourself up. The key is to have compassion. The key is to give yourself permission. The key is to just say, oh well, I'm doing this again. So what? There's nowhere to go. There's no destination in this human journey. The destination is you. The destination is the inward path where you dissolve all programming, where you dissolve all illusion that you're any of this physical reality while you continue to experience the physical reality. That's the path. The path isn't some sort of like external evolutionary thing where you're going to reach some ascended state and be in this like, If you believe, if you're attached to some sort of external path where you're going to find some new earth somewhere, where you're going to be in love and light all the time, you are going to continue to be in a suffering and struggle state. Why? Because you are attached to getting somewhere that you may not be. And you're going to be forcing yourself through what you actually need to experience in order for you to have an internal evolutionary process. But you're so focused on something external. I need to get here. I need to have this. I need to experience this. I need to blah, whatever it is. I need to find this new world that we're living in. I need to only be around people that are in this high vibration. There's an external path that you're on. Then you're going to force yourself to try to get there. You're going to ignore things that you think aren't getting you there. All of it is an illusion. None of it exists. Everything that you are experiencing in the external world is directing you back inward so that you can pull all the pieces that you've lost of you along the way, which begins the moment you're birthed. All these pieces of you're collecting and you're bringing back in. You're bringing all these pieces back in, right? And you're becoming whole again. If you don't feel your job, I said this yesterday in my soul signature class. There's nothing wrong with being in a job that you hate. This isn't about trying to escape the uncomfortable. So, this is about understanding the power of your mind, your ability to create what you want, while you simultaneously allow the uncomfortable to be okay. In my opinion, the way you master this human experience, from my opinion, the truest master is someone that is able to stand in the uncomfortable and not want to leave and not need to escape the uncomfortable. I hate my job, I hate my job, I hate my job. You want to know the master in hating your job? Is that you understand that the emotion of hating the job doesn't have power over you. It doesn't have any control over you. That's the truest master. I believe it's a lot easier to be a master in this world if you're living in some beautiful community where everybody has the same beliefs and everybody has the same ideas and everybody's living in this utopia. That's a really easy way to live life in this massive, chaotic human journey we're on. An even deeper master is somebody that can stand in the chaos, in the uncomfortable, in the pain, in the illusion that we are not free, and become free. And learn how to master all of it and not be afraid. This isn't black or white. There's a lot of gray. There are a lot of things that people are experiencing that are so uncomfortable that they need to get out of it. So when I talk about these things, people like to take it like literal. Right? If I'm saying this, that means that every single human has to fit into this. No. That's a deep program. There is so much in between the black and the white. There is so much gray in what we are doing. But if we are constantly complaining about the shit that we don't like in our lives, and we believe that if we get out of that job that we hate, that all of a sudden we're going to be free and happy, what if being in the job is what is creating freedom and happiness for you? What if that is the experience that's going to do that for you? What if that's the lesson right there? You quit your job and you have no other job and now you have no money coming in. You think that's the way to do it? Maybe. But now you're going to be in a survival state. Now you're going to be now you're going to be trying to conquer fear. Now you're going to have to conquer not being in a fight or flight state. Now you're going to have to conquer abundance. So take baby steps. Be in a job you hate and master the fact that that hate for that job doesn't define you. That everything is in movement and flow. Nothing is permanent on this planet. Nothing is permanent. Nothing stays. It's impossible because it's all energy. So everything is moving. You're in a job you hate, you're moving through that job. The fear that you have is that you're stuck in that job. Who said you're stuck in that job? Where'd that come from? It's a mindset. Who told you that you're stuck in that job? Who told you that you're stuck in anything? Everything is movement. Everything. You're moving through a job you don't like. Start to create from that state. Start to create from that lens. You're in a relationship that you don't like, but you can't get out of it. Start from that lens. You're moving through a relationship that you don't want to be in anymore. Start from that lens. Not, I hate this, I want out of this, but I can't because of ... If you have fear of leaving, if you have fear of jumping, if you have fear of doing any of that, then master what you're in. Don't let it control you. And if you're ready to jump, then at least don't be in this spiritual bypassing world where it's like, if I just meditate and I'm gonna make money no matter what, and then you jump and then you're like, fuck, the real world is real and I gotta pay my bills coming in tomorrow. Get real on where you're at in terms of your state of awareness and consciousness. If you are not in 100% knowingness that when you jump, you'll be able to be okay, then don't jump. There's nothing wrong. The most powerful thing you can do is be in the uncomfortable and master that. Because then you're going to pretend that you're going to be able to jump and just sit in this and somehow manifest and create this life you want from the illusion that you're going to be able to do it because you're not in 100% knowingness that you can do it. Now, if you're in 100% knowingness that you can create the job, that if you're in 100% alignment with abundance, which most of us aren't, then yeah, jump. You'll be able to create. But get real with where you're at. Get real. Get honest. Get authentic. Get vulnerable. Master what you're in first. That's the true master, in my opinion. It's the master that's not trying to get out of anything. You know, it's the master that realizes that none of it has any control over them in the first place. Now, again, this is not black and white. So there are a lot of people that are in some really fucked up situations that they need to get out of it. Children, you know, women in really abusive relationships, people in other places that are experiencing horrific things. Do I believe that they need to sit and master that? Not necessarily. So please, like, really honestly, I get these comments sometimes and it's like, you know, you're bypassing the real world. No, I'm not. I'm talking to a specific population. I'm not necessarily telling children that they need to fucking master that experience. Please. Black and white is not true. There's so much gray. And we like to grab onto what people say. This is what happened with the Bible, right? Who knows what this man named Yeshua said? But we grab what these people say and then we make it an absolute. And it's like, dude, that's not what this person meant, right? Like, stop taking words so literally. We only have words in order to understand the physical reality, which is actually an energetic experience. So we have to use words to describe the energetic experience, but everything is simply an experience. Have you ever tried to explain to somebody what it feels like to be in love? And that you're trying to grasp all these words to describe love? Because there are no words to describe the experience. Right? Have you ever tried to describe the feeling of having a baby, seeing your child for the first time, newborn? There are no words to describe it, right? Most experiences on this planet, the words don't do it justice. Why? Because the words are only fillers for the actual energetic experience that you're having. So we have to let go of attaching to labels, attaching to words, and go deeper into the actual experience of what I'm trying to say or what somebody else is trying to say. Go beyond the words. Go into the feeling. Go into connect through the energy of it. Start connecting to people on an energetic level, not through words. Because words are going to keep you attached to a programmed state of how this third dimensional world is designed in this linearity, tunnel vision. The more you let go of words, the more that you will be able to experience the actual energy of what you're experiencing. You know, you talk about think of any powerful experience you've had. And you're like, what did it feel like? And you're trying to explain it, right? How do you explain intuition? How do you explain resonance? How do you explain a connection to somebody? You can't. How many times have you said in your life, dude, there's no words for this experience? Because there are never words to describe the experience because it's energetic. Everything is energy, and so you feel it. It's a feeling, and it's not an emotion feeling all the time, right? And this is what we're becoming. Well, we already are. We're energy, right? We're energy inside physicalities, and everything in the external world is energy. So everything that we are going through is energetic. Okay, but because we live in a physical reality, we have to have words that describe it. But you are becoming more energetic. You're becoming more and more energetic. Right, try explaining a mushroom trip. Try explaining an ayahuasca trip, right? So the more that you become energetic, the more that you use the lens of energy in your world. What am I feeling right now? What am I feeling with this individual? What do I feel when I wake up? What do I feel when I drink this drink? What am I feeling when I'm standing here? What am I feeling right now through Lori's words? What does it feel like? Go beyond the words. Go beyond the words of everyone. What does it feel like? I'm not resonating with Lori right now. You know, she's too intense. She's too frustrating. She's too annoying. That's great. You're using those words in order to describe what you're feeling. That's how you start connecting deeper to you, right? That's how you start, you start connecting to you, who you are, who you've always been, by letting go of labels and words and trying to describe something. Just feel it. How do you feel? And then can you honor that? You know how hard it is for us to honor what we're actually feeling? Because we're going to upset people? Because we're going to rock the boat? Because it's not what people want? Because it's not what the world has taught us? Because it's not how we were taught to be or live or experience? There's so many programmed states that pull us out of the feeling state for a reason. The more that you feel, the more empowered you will be, because the more you are going to be you. The more you feel everything, the more you will just be you. And when you start being you, you will start to detach from the way the world wants you to be. And the way the world wants you to be is in a programmed, disempowered, enslaved victim state. Sorry, not a conspiracy theory. That's the truth. So if you think about everything that you've been doing in your life, it's trying to get back to you. It's letting go of victimhood. It's letting go of how people want you to be. It's letting go of labels. It's letting go of programs. It's letting go of disempowerment. It's finding your voice. It's finding boundaries. It's letting people go. It's bringing new people in. It's rocking the boat. It's upsetting people that you don't want to upset. This is you finding you. And this is you becoming more energetic. You're starting to feel. This entire planet was taken over 5,000 years ago by energies that wanted to control the human experience. They wanted to control this whole planet. They were curious. Wait till my book comes out, The Divine Design, talks all about this. They were curious. It's not easy to hold this understanding and this awareness, and you don't have to. It's like a science fiction movie. But everybody wants to know why. Why are we trying to get out of enslavement? Why would they want to enslave us? Because there were energies that came in 5,000 to 6,000 years ago that have been around for millions of years that are curious. Can I control the human? How do I control the human? What would that look like? They were curious. And because they understood energy more than a third dimensional human did, because when you're in a third dimensional reality, you forget how the quantum field works. When you drop into a third dimensional world and field, You forget. You're in such a low vibration that you forget how this quantum field works. You forget how energy works, and you can be manipulated. You can be taken over. You can be controlled. And this is what we are stepping out of, because we are raising our vibration. We are moving into higher frequencies. The body is shifting frequency. The body's moving into higher vibrations. And when you do that, you start to remember. You start to say, holy shit, wait a second, I've been programmed. Holy fuck, I've been believing these things. These are baby steps that are allowing you to step out of the third dimensional world that has controlled you. But you don't pull yourself out of it where you're in some other freaking heaven world where you don't stand in this. You have to stand in the third dimensional reality, watching this unravel, becoming the master. Continuing to allow your frequency in the body to increase so that you can freaking remember how this energetic world works, so you can stop being controlled, manipulated, and programmed. That's what we're doing here. And the beings, the powers that be, whatever you want to call them, don't want us to. So what are they doing? They don't want you to understand the power of the sun. They don't want you to understand the power of your own plasma, your own urine. They don't want you to understand the power of your own physical body. They don't want you to understand how to actually create and how to stand in abundance. They want to poison you with food, with water, with the air. Because the more that they can keep us in a lower frequency, the more we will stay in forgetfulness. We will forget. We'll continue to forget. This is a game, you guys, and this is a legit game. I'm not here to create fear. I'm here to remind you of what you're doing. And everything that I'm saying, you know. You knew before you incarnated. You knew all of what I'm saying. You've known. That's why you incarnated. You knew what you were coming into. Don't look around and say, how the fuck did I get here? Why would I have ever agreed to this? This sucks. I can't believe how horrible this is. You wanted to be here. You wanted to. They are higher dimensional energies that have come onto the planet that are now in human bodies. And now there are humans that are holding energies that are designed to control, manipulate, and take over the human population. They've been doing it for thousands of years. It's hard to wrap your head around this. It's not easy. I did my best in this book to describe in only one chapter what this was. There is so much in my book that I had to condense into a Cliff Notes version of how we got here. Nobody's tricked into coming here. The fact that you would say that you're tricked into coming here means that you don't understand your own consciousness. Higher dimensional consciousness that incarnated into the planet can't be tricked. Being tricked is still a third dimensional and fourth dimensional consciousness. And you as a consciousness are not in that. You dropped in from a higher dimensional consciousness. You can't be tricked into coming here. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And a soul can't be trapped, from my experience. You guys, you have to understand that a lot of the programming and a lot of the stories that we are told are based in a third dimensional matrix or a third dimensional reality. Even the word God, right? These are things that are based, they are birthed from a third dimensional frame of reality. Okay, so karma, reincarnation, the fact that you have to heal your past life stuff. These are all things that were created from a third dimensional lens. When you step out of this third dimensional lens, when you step out of the human, all of these stories that you tell yourself, all of the stories that we tell ourselves, being the soul traps, the tricked into being, it all dissolves. We are in such an egocentric state meaning that whatever we see and hear and believe and are told in this third dimensional realm is absolute. The word God is absolute. The word God doesn't exist in higher dimensional realms. The word Pleiadian doesn't exist in higher dimensional realms. These are words that we have used to understand our experience. So I could go on and on and on and on and on, but the point is that we have to start to wake up to what we're in. We have to, and the reason that this is important, because it's very much out there. It's an out there concept, right? Why is it important? Why do I believe it's important? Because first of all, I believe that devouring the human experience is so important, right? What are you experiencing right now? What pain are you in? What emotions are you feeling? Are you breaking up with somebody? Are you getting a divorce? Do you hate your job? Like, are you going on some sort of physical cleanse? Like yes, that's important. So important. My God, we have to be human. But we also have to simultaneously remember the bigger picture. It is essential, in my opinion. It is crucial. That's why I believe my book is going to be so fucking powerful and potent, because it is a deep, deep cellular remembrance of what the hell we're doing here and how we got here. And when you can hold that, what happens is that you start to let go of the intensity of this experience. Okay? Like, oh my God, this is everything. This is holy shit. I'm in this, and this whole experience and this existence is everything, and I'm never going to be able to evolve, and like all this bullshit that we throw on ourselves. The being able to remember, holy freak, all this other higher realm stuff that's happening at the same time, how these energies are controlling us. You don't get depressed about it. You don't go, oh my God, this sucks. I don't want to see all this shit. Yes, you do want to see it. Yes, you do want to look at it. Yes, you do want to remember. Because it gives you empowerment. You become powerful. You become empowered. You're like, holy shit, it's exciting. To me, it's exciting. I've known about all this shit since I was 13. So it's not like, woe is me, I've had a horrible, depressing life because I've known all this shit. No, it gives me power. It allows me to choose. What am I going to focus on? What am I not going to focus on? This is how you deprogram yourself. This is how you step out of programming. You see that you're in it. You're in awe of it. Holy shit, what else is going on in this planet? Oh my God, what did I decide to do? Holy shit, right? And you start to get more and more curious while you're strapped to the bed, watching the movie of you, literally just trying to survive every day. You're literally trying to survive every day, right? You're getting up, you're looking at your thoughts, your emotions, you're trying to make money, you're trying to figure out how to tap into your signature, you're trying to figure out how to raise your children in this world, you're trying to figure out how to have your voice and how to have boundaries, and at the same time, simultaneously, you're recognizing that this is all a game that you chose to jump into. And that you are an energetic being becoming more energetic, and that you have been controlled and manipulated by these energies that are in human bodies that you will never necessarily meet or even know of. And you're here to step out of it while you simultaneously stay in the present moment, not trying to get anywhere other than inside of you, over and over and over again. Mastery is from within, right? It's all from within. There's nowhere to go. So the more that we can remember how we got here, the more that we can remember this divine design, all of it is perfection. This idea that the moon is some sort of like evil thing is insane. The idea that the sun is dangerous for you is nuts. The idea that you don't have everything you need within your physical body is crazy. This notion that your urine, your plasma, ultrafiltrate, is the greatest gift that you could possibly give yourself, and is the biggest deception on this planet. Ask yourself why, right? Like we have been so convinced that we are a disempowered human, that we need the external world, that we have to protect ourselves from. Do you understand the power of the sun? Right? The power of that sun, the power of the moon. The moon was designed, by the way, specifically to balance the feminine energies on the planet. Right? The sun is designed to not only keep you alive, but to continue to filter high frequency light into the physical body in order for the physical body to experience higher frequencies. You realize that the only reason that you are capable of moving into higher frequencies is because of the sun? That's the only reason. It's not about meditating. It's about the sun. You can do things to assist the body in integrating, assimilating, and acclimating that light. But it's the sun that's giving you the light, the energy, the frequencies. Why do you think they want to protect us from the sun? Your plasma, your urine, is the greatest medicine that you could possibly have. It's inside of you. And you guess what? When you recognize this, you won't need medicine. You'll recognize that you can heal yourself. You will no longer be dependent on the one system that is the most corrupt, the pharmaceutical system. And it's also the wealthiest, next to gas, probably. Right? And nobody on the planet wants to drink their own urine. Why? Because you've been programmed to think that it's a toxic waste. Why? Just ask yourself why. I would love one person to send me an article, one person to send me a testimonial of somebody that died or got extremely sick, that followed a protocol of drinking plasma or urine. Send it to me. Why is it illegal for a doctor to prescribe it? Why was it illegal in the United States for doctors to prescribe that horse tranquilizer during you know what? When it was proven to heal you know what? So this is deep, you guys. This is the awakening process, you know, and it's baby steps. First, we have to just say, stop hating your job, right? Meaning you can hate your job, but stop letting the hate from your job control you. You're not a victim to the fact that you hate your job. You're not. You're becoming a master. You're learning how to think about this. If you recognize that you're moving through your job and the job has no control over you, then you won't fret any longer. You'll be like, cool, I can't wait till the next job comes up. Until then, let's go. Right? I'm telling you guys, we came here for something big. We came here for something big. You know, think about everything that you're in that you don't like and imagine that you're just moving through it. How would you feel? Right? How would you feel if you knew, instead of saying, I'm stuck in this, I'm in this, I can't get out of this. No, I'm moving through this. I'm moving through this. I'm moving through this. All right. You're going nowhere. You're just in movement. Imagine you're in a river. There's no end to the river. There's no destination. So you're in a river and you're floating through the river and you're on your back. and you're moving through a job that you don't like, and you're moving through a relationship that you're in that sucks or that you love, right? You're moving through the river with your children. You're moving through the river, whatever, in lack, because you don't have enough money, whatever. You're not looking forward saying, I wonder where this river is going to take me, because you don't know. You're allowing yourself to just be in the river with what you're experiencing in the river in that moment, allowing that moment in the river to teach you. That's the only thing that you need to focus on. The river isn't going to end. There's no destination for this river that you're on. And the more that you think there's some destination that you're getting to, the more you'll be in suffering, because you're trying to get somewhere. The gift is in being present with you in the river right now. What are you doing? What are you experiencing? What do you hate? What are you resisting? Where's the resistance in your life right now? What do you not want to look at? What do you not want to feel? What do you not want to see? That's the gift. That's the gift. And it can only be found when you're present with your flow in the river. If you're constantly looking forward, if you're constantly trying to see something in the future, you're seriously missing what's right here, right now. What you're right here, right now, here to do, here to look at, here to master, here to feel, here to see, here to observe. So stop thinking there's some destination you have to get to. I can't wait until. Because when you get to that I can't wait until space, even if you actually get there, you're going to find yourself experiencing the same things that you experienced 6 months ago when you were waiting to get to that destination. Your trauma doesn't go anywhere. You can try to bypass it. Your limiting beliefs don't go anywhere. You can try to do all of these tricks and trades. You can try to read all the books and take all the courses. But the fastest way through trauma, the fastest way through shadow, the fastest way through limiting beliefs, the fastest way through programming is to experience exactly what you're in when you're in it. To have the courage to look at it. To have the courage to feel it. To have the courage to say, wow, my job that I hate has been controlling me. Do I believe enough in myself? Do I believe in the current of my life? Do I believe in energy? Do I believe in flow? Do I believe that everything's moving? Do I believe that this is an opportunity for me? Do I believe that I can move through anything? Do I believe that I can let go? What have I given, what limiting thoughts have I given my power to? Who have I given my power to? Here's another question you want to ask yourself. Who in your life do you give your power to in order to placate them, in order to make them happy, in order to appease them? Who in your life do you silence yourself for in order to stay in line, in order to be liked, in order to be loved, in order to be accepted? It's not easy to step out of the ways in which we have been programmed to be in order to be loved, and in order to be liked, and in order to be seen, and in order to be heard. It's really challenging, right? It's not easy what we're going through. Hopefully your answer is no one, right? That's the greatest experience. And how do you step out of that, right? You have to be aware. Wow, I give my power to my husband. I do everything he needs in order for him to feel happy. Wow, look at what I do, right? You don't beat yourself up. You don't judge yourself. You just are observing it. Holy shit, look at what I do. Can you wrap your arms around that version of you that does that? Can you love yourself for doing that? Not beat yourself up and say, there's something wrong with me. I can't believe I do this. What the freak? I need to change this. No, you need to love that version of you first and foremost. That version of you is doing the best that it can. It doesn't know any better. Now you're watching that version. Now you're observing that version. Now you're like, oh, shit. Right, exactly. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. What a gift. Now you get to choose. And this is the process of becoming the master. This is the process of shifting. Is now, as a wife, knowing that you've, or as a mom, or as a partner, as a coworker, whatever it is, a friendship, right? Now that you're aware, right? Now you get to say to yourself, oh, wow, okay. Now I get to watch all the times that I put this person first, that I jump into this person's lane, that I make sure that this person is happy before me. I'm not saying that we don't give to humanity and that we don't serve and that we don't show up for humanity. I'm saying that if you are doing it from this victim state where you're not taking care of yourself, then you're not showing up in your highest potential for them. You know, the way that we are designed to show up is in our fullest, highest potential, which is that you're loving yourself. And you're not depleting yourself. You're being you. Be you so that everybody else in the world around you can be them. So you're waking up every day and you're like, oh, I just did everything that my husband wanted me to do for him today when I didn't want to do any of it. Nope. I didn't speak my truth because I didn't want to upset this person today, right? Oh, I'm just watching these codependent behaviors happening. Wow. Tomorrow's a new day. Let's try again, right? That's how you do this. An addictive pattern, addictive behavior you have. Same thing. Oh, I just fell in the trap again. Look what I did. Well, look what I did again. Wow, okay. I have another chance in another moment as I'm flowing down the river. What are you going to do? Beat yourself up? All that does is anchor the reality in, and then you're just going in a circle. I suck, 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 I suck. I need out, I need out, I need out, I need out, I need out. No, you don't need out. You need to surrender. You need to allow. You need to feel. You need to see. You need to observe. And then you choose. Then you choose. And it's a choice. People always say, how do I get out of my job? It's a choice. How do I get out of this relationship? It's a choice. How do I let go of resistance? It's a choice. So the book is going to be available on the 16th, which is in 5 days. It'll be available on audio, Kindle, ebook all over the world, hard copy all over the world, and paperback all over the world. So there are a lot of people in different countries that can't get on Amazon. So if you go to my website, you'll have access to all the links all over the world to purchase it. And then the audio is not going to be available for a couple months. I take that back. The audio won't be available, but it is available on ebook, so Kindle and all of that. I'm really excited to share with this book with you guys. I'm going to be going live on the book day, the day of the book release. So on the 16th, I'm going to be going live for an hour on on Facebook and YouTube. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how I wrote this book. It's not a normal, it didn't come through in a normal way. I have a lot of different drawings that I had to do. And then I'm going to bring 2 people on that read the book and let them kind of share with you guys their experience of the book and what it was like for them. 90 people, I gave the book to 90 people to read beforehand. And so their experiences are pretty miraculous and pretty powerful to listen to. So they'll come on and share their experience of reading the book, and I'm going to be giving away 4 free hardcover books, signed copies of the book. So that's going to be this Tuesday at 12 p.m. California time, and it'll be on Facebook and YouTube. Just go to my Facebook or YouTube, and you can join us. So 4 copies of the book will be given to 4 people. Signed copies of the hardcover. It's a very different book. It's a very different book. Yeah, I'm really, really excited. All right, you guys, that's it for now. That's my sermon for the week or for the day. Thanks for being here. And be gentle with yourself, be gentle with others. This is a massive evolutionary shift in human consciousness that we're all going through, and you're doing it perfectly, because there is no such thing as perfection, right? We are doing it perfectly, imperfectly. And Everything you're going through, whatever you're going through right now, whether you're in pain, whether you can't get out of bed, whether you're depressed, whether you're anxious, whether you're uncomfortable, whatever you're in, you're moving. It's movement. It's movement. You're not stuck. Give yourself more compassion. Remind yourself you're not stuck. Remind yourself this doesn't last. Nothing's permanent. You're always flowing. And you've got this. This will be saved on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I love you guys. The meditation today is at 2 p.m. California time. So really quickly, I'm going to be doing a live guided meditation in my online community at 2 p.m. California time, Pacific. And I'm bringing in the dolphins, you guys. I'm bringing in the dolphin energy. It's going to be intense. I just swam with wild dolphins a couple of days ago, and their energy is like nothing I've ever experienced in my life. And so they'll be coming in with upgrades, activations, healing, love, remembrances. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's today at 2 p.m. California time. It's in my online community. The link is in my bio, or you can just go to patreon.com/Lori Ladd. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for being here with me. It means the world to me. Online community is like a subscription-based community. It's on Patreon. I love you. Mwah.